Hey everybody, Gary with Basecamp Trading. Let's take a look at the ES futures from this afternoon. This is a 30-minute chart on the ES futures, and you can see that pretty much right off the open this morning, the futures opened and pushed higher. Stocks made a nice run to the upside pretty much right off the open this morning. But then we hit the lunch hour, and you can see during the lunch hour, things started to get a little toppy, and we set up a bull flag, a 30-minute bull flag right here. This bar actually triggered it to the upside. This is the lunchtime, though. We are not really interested in taking trades during that time. Follow through tends not to be really good during the lunch period, so we didn't take the bull flag at all. However, this bull flag ended up actually becoming a failed bull flag. This bar pushed up, left this long topping tail, and then the next bar actually broke below the low of the setup bar, and making this become a failed bull flag to the upside. This was a pretty bearish bar. Opened right here at the top and closed right down here on the 50 EMA. Actually pushed below it a little bit and then came back up here and kind of found support here. And again, we're still in the lunch hour. Things tend to be a little choppy during this time of the day. But then it set up our trigger to the downside. This was another doji bar, causing the 5 and the 13 to cross to the downside. And then this was a really bearish bar. This bar opened right at the top, closed at the bottom. This was what triggered us into our trade. We came down, hit significantly undervalued. Typically on our value charts, we hit significantly undervalued. We know that's an area that we're going to consolidate or potentially pull back, maybe even reverse. And we got that. We had a little pullback right here, and then ended up triggering the low of this bar again for another setup. Came down, hit significantly undervalued again, and this time we did pull back and go into consolidation. You can see we pulled back and just kind of consolidated sideways until after the close. After the close, it actually pushed down again. But again, we had a failed bull flag, failed bullish, often, not always, but often turns bearish, and that's exactly what we ended up getting on our 30-minute chart. And then on our Unirenko chart, we're using a slightly larger bar because of the market volatility. We're using a 4-tick trend, 10-tick offset, and a 20-tick reversal bar. So each bar is 4 ticks to the downside. And then right here, we actually set up a trend reversal breakout. You can see that the market had been making higher highs and higher lows. We made this pivot right here. It wasn't a lower pivot low. The previous pivot low was back here, but it was a pivot, set up the lower pivot high, and then broke to a lower pivot low, causing the trend to go from higher highs and higher lows to lower highs and lower lows. Again, this is during the lunch hour. We're always very cautious and rarely take trades during lunch, and no exception here. Didn't trade any of this. However, it did give us a nice setup. We pushed down, broke the cloud, which we like to see, pulled back to the moving averages in the cloud, and then gave us a wick back into our direction with a decent momentum reset. You can see that this magenta arrow is indicating that the fast line on MQ momentum is coming back near the 0 line. The 0 line is the line that the histograms are moving above and below, giving us a momentum reset and giving us room for momentum to carry our trade in the direction we want to go. Got this wick out of the cloud at the same time that that reversal doji was triggering. Entry on that was 28.43, and again 4 ticks for every bar to the downside. We started to get extended on Trender Pro 2.0. These beige bars are telling us that Trender Pro 2.0 is getting extended and that momentum is getting extended. And you can see we went from medium bearish to strong bearish with the bright red bars to extended, and that's telling us, okay, this is a good place to tighten stops, potentially take profits. Right here at the low of this bar is where we were hitting significantly undervalued on our 30-minute chart, so the reversal bar is telling us to exit. The exit on that was at 28.28, so a nice 15 full point push down to the downside in the ES, or $750 per contract. And then we went into consolidation. We had a wick off the 18, but we knew that we were extended to the downside. We didn't have any kind of a momentum reset. We knew we needed some more consolidation time, so not interested in this setup right here. However, another 30 minutes had gone by when we got this set up right here. This was triggering that continuation off of the big bar to the downside. We were able to enter right here off our wick off the 34, and then made another nice push to the downside, 9 points in the ES. We hit significantly undervalued again on that second 30-minute bar. Reverse bar takes us out. Again, 9 points on the ES, $450 per contract potential. So you had the potential to make $750 per contract on this entry, another $450 per contract on this entry. So all in all, a couple pretty nice trades in the ES this afternoon.